Welcome to Autism Talk. All right. It's been a while since I made a video, and I'm glad to be here. First off, I want to thank all of my subscribers. I have actually reached the 100 subscribers mark, and I thank you all for subscribing to my web YouTube channel. Give you a hand of applause. I appreciate. I thank you, and I appreciate all that you do. I want to also give a shout out to some of the new subscribers, which is Manuel Angelino. I have Craig Calloway. Sorry about that. Mary Smith Harvey, Mills Pick 74, V Bat 014. K. Bizzle S. LaDonna White, M.E. Ripley, Mike D. Deshane Miller, Rochelle Price. And if I didn't mention your name, it's because it came up private, so it didn't give me the name for you or your tag or your user um, um, identification. So, but I thank all of you for all your support, and I appreciate it. I do want you to know that I would love for you to share your the YouTube channel with others. It's not just for people with autism, it's for people without autism also. I want everyone to know about autism. The only way we can make a change in this world is by changing the way we think. And the only way we can change the way we think is by educating ourselves. So that's what I'm here for. I'm here to share what I know about autism so that you will learn more about autism. Okay, so there's nothing for you to be afraid of because the person has autism. They are people too. Okay, thank you for everything. So to this time, what I would like to share, one of my comments I received was a question actually. Um, Actually, I received this question via text. It was a text question, and they texted to me and they asked me if there were schools for people, for children with autism, and how do you enroll there? How do you get there? So with that question, it raised a lot of questions for me from that question. I'm like, are they looking for a private school? Are they, do they think there are no schools for people with autism? But here was my response, and this is how my brain works from what I do know about autism. So I shared with them because I figured a lot of you probably have that same question. Are there schools? Was there a school that I can recommend for their child to attend? So I shared, as I'm sharing with you, is that every child has the right to free, appropriate public education. All right. I don't want you to think automatically your child has to go to a private school or a special school. That is not necessary. And I don't want to say adamantly like that is just the only way. There are so many different um, things that play into that. Okay. But do know each child, every child, disability or non disability, autism, non autism, whatever it may be, every child in America has a right to free, appropriate public education, okay? And that's a federal law, and it's part of the IDEA Act, okay? So if whatever disability your child may have, or whatever non-disability your child has, you get to go to the school up the street, the public school, wherever it may be, whatever the rules may be for your city or your state, um, for the public school, you go to that school and enroll your child. Yes, let them know their disabilities if you are aware of the disabilities, because sometimes we're not aware of the disability. But if you are aware of the disability, let them know. Enroll them. Here's the thing. Once they're enrolled, or if they do not enroll, which I doubt that they would do, That school that you have taken your child to, if it's the, what do they call it? The local school for your area, you are there and they're unable to accommodate your child. When we say accommodate, that means they're unable to provide educational services for your child. They don't have the means to do it. Then the district or that school has to find a school that will provide the accommodations for your child. You don't just walk out the office and like, where do I go now? It is up to them to find something for you. Okay. No, it's not automatic. No, it's not, here's a list, go try these schools or anything like that. Um, with a child with a disability, they will definitely take a look at what the disability is. And if you've come in there knowing what your child's disability, is or are, then they will let you know, like, oh no, we don't have a setting for your particular child. This is what we'll do. This is what we'll have. This is where we refer you to, and this is where you'll be able to go. Believe me, there will be meetings that you will have to sit in on that will provide the correct setting or program for your child, okay? If for whatever reason that school or that school district, let's go that way, is unable to provide the education that that child needs, then the public school district must pay for your child to attend another school. And they are aware of that. And what they do, let's say they say, we can't accommodate, we don't have the program that's needed for this particular student. They will, the experiences I have, they will provide you with a list of schools, private schools that you go to and actually interview them, and you be interviewed to see if that's the proper setting for your child. And then you'll choose from the school. You'll probably pick your top 3 or something like that to make sure there's openings at those particular schools. So you may not get your first choice, you might get the second or the third, and they move forward from there. Now, I do want you to know the way I'm saying it is simple, right? And it happened in 3 minutes, maybe 15. No, it doesn't happen that soon. There is a process and there is time, but check this out. While they're locating or trying to find a placement for your child, guess where your child will be? Not at home sitting with you. They need to be in an educational setting. So they will provide an educational setting for your child. Okay. So I hope that answers some of the questions. And if that um, instigates some additional questions, please put it in the comments for me. Reach out to me and via email. That would be autismtalk01@gmail.com. I would prefer them in the email. I mean, in the comments. I apologize for that. You can do that. You can also reach out. That's comments or via email. Very good. And then I would like to answer another question I received. I received a question about how do you get an adult with autism to bathe or shower? And I thought that was a fantastic question. I really did, because I do understand the challenges that it may bring. I did respond, and that response could be extremely long and full of information, right? Um, in answering that, because some of us might be dealing with that particular situation, which wouldn't be a surprise to me. Um, for starters, you need to start off with being patient, definitely being patient and thinking outside the box. Um, I would suggest that you approach the adult and try to find out, see if you can get them to communicate with you, to trust you enough to communicate with you the best way they can. If they're verbal, what are some of their concerns? What could be some of their anxieties? Because in that case, it could be they're afraid of water. They could be afraid of the shower floor. It could feel a certain way on their feet. The water, if it's in a shower, could be beaten down on the skin, and it could tingle, give a feeling, a sensation they don't like. It could be the scents from the soap. It could be the lighting in the bathroom. It could be it's too cold, it's too hot, I mean, it could be several things. So what we're trying to find out is, what are the anxieties of the person for not showering or bathing? So you want to find out what it is. And it may take a while for that. You might have, if they're nonverbal, you're really out there trying to figure it out. So you're trying different things and seeing how they react to it and getting them to um, move closer towards, the success of it. Maybe the soap is itchy. Maybe they don't like the scent of that soap. Maybe you need to go out and go shopping about some soap together. Maybe they don't want soap. The bar soap is slippery. It doesn't fit. Maybe they want the body wash. You have to try different things and see what works. And I wouldn't just automatically put them in the shower in a tub. Start with a wash up. Start in the sink, running some water, seeing, if it's hot, if it's cold. Do they like to put their hand in the water or not? Start taking notes of what the reactions are of that person when they're, doing these things, even washing their hands. That can tell us a lot. If they don't like to wash their hands, it's like, all right, it might be the soap, it might be the water. You understand? Like, is it too hot? Is it too cold? Is it too strong? Is it pulsating? You might have to change. If it's the water, like they're afraid of water, they don't like the way the water pounds down on the skin. You might have to use one of those handheld um, shower handles, and maybe start at the bottom where putting it on their feet, spraying their toes with the water. Like, how does that feel? Is that okay? And then asking permission as you move up. For It's like, all right, I'm gonna do it on your legs. Is that too hot? Is that too cold? Is that, if they're screaming and hollering and it's not that, then you're like, okay, maybe showers are not for this child or this adult. I apologize for that. Maybe we'll do a bath, and maybe you'll try a bath in just a little amount of water, or starting off, like I said, with a wash up in the sink, something in the sink. And you're trying to figure out what it is that they like, what it is they don't like, and you're trying to take those fears away, because that's just building up the anxiety. So that's one way of trying to um, get that person to bathe or shower. You also probably can take a look at the time of day that they're showering. Are you trying to have them wash or clean up? Um, oh man, my thought just flew right out my head. So those are some of the things, are ways you can try to get a person to try to bathe or shower. Also making a part of routine, add different things to the routine across a period of time. So maybe today we're going to add, um, you're going to wash your hands, okay? And then do that for, every day at the same time. So they're expecting that every day at the same time, okay? And then next time, okay, we want you to wash your hands with your arms every day at the same time, every day at the same time. So you're adding a new routine, each time. It's like, all right, so, and then moving on to something else. Just suggestions. You have to think outside the box. You have to think outside of what you normally do, okay? Do not compare them to you, because they're not you, they are them, okay? Starting off with adding things to the routine, because they don't like all of a sudden change or sudden changes. So adding different things to the routine, all right, and getting them comfortable for it or about it. That kind of remind me of some experiences I have had with people with autism, and they were family members. Okay, so not students, but family members. As I had one relative who was younger, and when every time it was time for him to shower, I go, but go in there, take that bath, go get go wash yourself up. So he would go in there into the bathroom, turn the shower water on and everything, and stay in there forever, and then come out. And we're like, "You're dry. Like your hair not wet." We go in the bathroom, no, we don't smell no soap or anything. So then we have to start going in, walking in on him. We found out that he was standing in the back of the shower. The water's running, but he in the back where the water won't touch him. And we're like, "What is wrong? What, like, come on, boy." And we trying to force it because we didn't know, right? And so as time went on, and like he literally fighting us, okay?